Hi everyone and welcome to Veterans in Crisis podcast. Today we have Amanda Wadey, or a very, very nervous Amanda Wadey, who is the lead volunteer now for Veterans in Crisis. Hi Amanda.
Hi Jet.
How are you doing?
Right?
I'm all right.
I just said I'm a little bit nervous, but I'll be all right.
Of course you will. Just imagine what it was like before when you first come to Vix and to where you are now. It's even worse.
Oh, definitely.
So I asked you on, well, there was two reasons. I couldn't get anybody else to do it.
Oh, thanks.
No, I asked you on because of the brilliant progress you've done from coming to Vix as a client and then taking lots and lots of courses, doing lots of fitness, basically being an example of what can happen, and then turning into being the volunteer, then the lead volunteer. So could you want to speak about a little bit about your sort of experiences of joining the army first, and then, or why you joined the army, a bit of time when you were in the army, and then sort of the problems you suffered after the army?
Well, I joined in, I think it was January 1995. I went into the RLC, the Royal Logistic Corps. During that time, I got a tour in Bosnia. That was in 1996. I joined the army because obviously there was nothing in Sunderland at the time. It was something I really wanted to do as well.
Was anybody else in the forces in your family?
I had two cousins who were in the Royal Marines. But it wasn't because of them I joined. I say I was in the Sea Cadets, but I must have been too thick to join the Navy.
No, you were too thick to be in the Sea Cadets. That was the problem.
No, but I really enjoyed it, you know, and it was something me Nana was proud of as well. Obviously she died before I joined the army.
I don't even think there's a Sea Cadet in Sunderland anymore.
There is, it's down there next to Snow Goose.
All right.
It's like next to it.
Nice one.
Yeah, so went to Bosnia in 1996, and then I was married to another squaddy when we came back from that.
Oh, when you would come back,
Yeah, when we came back, and then well, obviously at the time I was in Abingdon in Oxford, and then I fell pregnant with my daughter. Obviously decided to leave the army. I didn't want to, but obviously having another like soldier wasn't right leaving my daughter. So, and that's when I decided to get out.
So did your husband stay in?
He stayed in. I think we were together for 8 years and then we separated. And I came back to Sunderland.
Did you, and then if this is too personal, you didn't have to answer, but did you separate because of him being in the army and you sort of like missing that lifestyle?
Yeah.
Or aye?
Yeah, it was. You know, it was even like him getting ready in his uniform on a morning. I was, you know, it hurt. Well, it didn't hurt us, but I was jealous.
Aye. I can imagine that, because it's weird, isn't it, that the woman has to be the one that gives up their career.
Aye.
You know, and I've seen it a few times. We had Sam on, and that happened to her in the Navy. I mean, to be honest, I think she was just shite in the Navy and they wanted rid of her.
Remember, she's next door.
All right. But that is, it is, and I understand why it happens. But I would imagine if you were seeing him going away all the time and doing stuff what you enjoyed, you know, it is really sad that you want to give that up, really.
I know, it's like seeing him going away on tours and even going like mess dues and that. Yeah, I think that's one of the main reasons we separated.
What was
And
I asked this to everyone, like, and what was your kind of most standout moment that you enjoyed when you were in? It doesn't have to be like your best post, or just something that, even if it was just something funny, you know.
it was just being like the camaraderie and
Uh,
being with like other armed forces personnel and like other squaddies. Yeah, just like doing different stuff.
it's not like a normal job, is it? Because you really, I mean,
No,
on one side it can be exciting, but on one side it can be boring because if there's no to do, they just make you repeat the stuff that you've done. So
well, that's what happened.
yeah,
Obviously, with me being in the RLC, one of the tasks we had was like just maintaining the vehicles. So if you went on tour, not doing like CO's PT and all that, we were just doing the same things, you know, counting how many ratchet straps there was and stuff like that, just over and over again.
it's mad, isn't it? It's mad.
Aye,
But because I was in the infantry, they would make you clean your weapon all the time, right? And
aye.
so you would clean it, and then you hadn't used it, and then they would make you clean it again the next day. But when you wouldn't clean it, and they would say like, yeah, well, you haven't used it on now, and they say that's manky. We haven't used it since yesterday, so how would it be manky? You know, it doesn't make any sense at all. That like,
Aye, I know.
that is the thing that got me. It just instead of saying to you, right, well, go on play football or something like that, they used to say it, just go in your room so nobody can see you.
Aye, yeah.
You know, but you know, you didn't join the army to sit in your room in Berlin. You know what I mean?
No, definitely not. Nah.
So, what was your worst thing, and what was the thing that pissed you off the most, apart from your husband?
um, the CO's PT on a Friday afternoon when he just wanted to get away on weekend leave and stuff.
Monday
I
mornings,
enjoyed it all, really.
Monday mornings, I didn't like it because we did it like Monday morning, Friday afternoon.
Aye.
No, if you had a heavy week drinking, weekend drinking, and enjoying yourself.
Especially on a Thursday as well, Thirsty Thursday. That was good. It was
Is
great.
it?
Like,
It's a massive drinking culture in the army. I mean, I don't think it is now, but
yeah.
when we were in, it was massive, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. But even getting up and still pissed, you were like, you were still all right to do your job or do PT.
Or you thought you were.
Or you thought you were, aye, because you were still pissed.
The thing was, there would be like, as long as you got shaved, you could be as drunk as you wanted, as long as you got shaved and you were standing there. If you
Well, I didn't have that problem.
Why could you have a beard?
I do now, like, but not then.
That's from the Sea Cadets. I always remember you could be as drunk as anything, and as long as you were there on parade on the morning and you were shaved, that was all right. Because then you just got on Sky for the rest of the day if you really do.
Aye.
I mean,
definitely.
I can't really imagine being like that now, like, to be honest.
Oh, definitely not. I couldn't think of anything worse, man.
No.
Definitely not.
No, because I'm 50 now and hangovers, drinking hangovers last for a week, like.
And I think now you miss a day because you hungover and you just like, yeah, you just miss a day. And I hate that now.
I've because all the time I used to be going to the match and then Saturday would be drinking day. But like you say now, I don't want to miss Sunday because Sunday normally be just lying on the settee.
Yeah.
I didn't want that, you know. I want to be out doing stuff, so moderate me drinking. That's the plan. Doesn't always work though, but you know. So what other than the camaraderie and that, what did you find like attracted you to the forces? Do you think?
I don't know. It's just something that I wanted to do. And you know, when you're in the careers office and they're showing you can be here and you can be there, you can see the world, you can see the world.
We end up cleaning it. That's the fucking thing.
Definitely,
picking shit off the grass all over the place.
But no, it was just something there that, you know, it was just something I wanted to do.
So what year did you leave?
I left in 1997.
And is that when you split up?
No, well, we got married in 96, so 8 years, I think 8 years later.
And then you
So
moved back to Sunderland.
and I moved back to Sunderland. Yeah.
How did you cope with like transition? I know that you'd left the forces, but you were still a pad's wife, so you were still in with that one, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't really. When I came back to Sunderland, I think that's when me depression really started, and the alcohol became increasingly more. As we mentioned, we did that in the forces, but mine was just like to cope, really. But I didn't want to come back to Sunderland, but my family were here. But no, I didn't cope very well.
I mean, people have different transitions. Mine was all right, to be honest. I mean, mine was all right for me, but really what happened was I left the army and I immersed myself into dance culture and taking ecstasy and stuff like that. So for a normal life, that isn't right, but that's the way mine went. And you know, I was all right. So my stuff happened to me later on once I stopped taking drugs.
I think if I left the army and came straight like back to Sunderland, I don't know whether it would have been better or I don't know, but obviously with us leaving the army but still being in that like situation, if you can call it, in that atmosphere, still squaddies around you and stuff like that, I think it made it worse.
Yeah, I would imagine that would make it worse. Like, well, from my point of view, I would have thought, especially because you still wanted to be in, didn't you? I mean, it was only having your daughter that you left.
Yeah.
So when you got back to Sunderland and that, did you find it easy to get a job or anything, or did you struggle?
That wasn't too bad. When I came back to Sunderland, I think it took us about 6 months, 8 months to get a job. And I went back to what I did before I joined the army, which was care in the community. So I went back into that field.
You've got NVQs, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got NVQ 2 and 3 in health and social care. I've also got dementia awareness. Because I used to work in a residential home for dementia patients.
Me personally, and I only learned that you had an MVQ just recently, but me personally, I think that's why you fitted into this kind of role that you've got now so well. I think that the training that you've had before and the bits of training we've put you on, that, you know, you fitted straight in. I mean, you want to be really proud of yourself because it's a massive achievement from where we took you on as a client to where you are now. You're a totally different person.
I know, and I see it in myself and my family see it. About 6 months ago, especially my older daughter and my son, I think they wanted to help, but they couldn't because I was in that much of a state, and they backed off us a little bit. But now, you know, we'll meet up, go for like coffee, go for walks, like with my daughter. My oldest son still lives with us, but there's more interaction with him as well.
Yeah.
Obviously I came to you in 2019. And the amount of people who come up and say you're looking really well, and like the proud of what I've done, you know, and I can't thank like you enough for like the support
Well, we basically 5% and the 95% is what you put in. You know, you're here every day. You take part in every sport and activity. You'll do anything that's there to do, and that's the whole point of this. You know, say for instance, if you were a client and you didn't come round, we haven't got the time to chase every client. So
yeah, well, that's it, because there's other different clients coming through now. So yeah, I know what you mean.
Right, and there's so much for people to do just by turning up on a morning. I mean, Claire's now put a whole month's timetable on the board, so you come one day, you know what's happening for the rest of the month. You know,
Well,
and the courses
definitely.
the courses other people have given us, like we're starting a boxing,
Yeah.
an 8-week boxing course. We're starting a 6-week surfing course. We've got paddle boards now. We're doing outdoor activities. We've got 2 camping trips in the lakes booked.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all in the next few months. I mean, it's been horrible, hasn't it, that having to put everything to one side because of COVID.
Oh, it's been really bad. I know the first lockdown, when obviously I couldn't like come in, was horrendous. You know, just being in the house, looking at the 4 walls, and then I had like thoughts coming in my head and stuff. It was awful. And obviously I know that would have been with other people as well. But I enjoy just getting up in the morning now, getting out of bed and coming here. Obviously, when the kids off school, I've got like my 11-year-old.
But he's been getting involved, hasn't he? I mean,
oh yeah, over the last couple of weeks, he's really enjoyed it. You know, with the Beacon of Light, doing courses through them. I know we've done is it badminton and table tennis. Like obviously the veterans and the families.
That's the thing, because people don't realise that it's not just for veterans. Everything we do is for families as well. And we're lucky enough to get the money from the Armed Forces Covenant to do stuff like that, right? And what I am surprised, I'm not saying I'm surprised at you, but what I am surprised is the take up of the art club.
You know what, that is absolutely brilliant. You know how much I enjoy it. Even today I had to make a decision: do I do bike ride or do I do art?
Isn't that a good problem to have, though? There's so much happening. You have to make a decision what you do. I mean, now because of you having to make that decision, we're going to move stuff around. So
yeah,
so you can do everything then.
Well, that's it. I love doing the circuits 3 times a week. Doing that just sets my mood for the day. You know, I'm more energetic. My mood is like up. And do more stuff. So that's why I enjoy it. And getting together with the other veterans as well.
I think what worked for me in the beginning is routine. So like you're saying, getting up on the morning, coming here first thing. I mean, you're here first thing on the morning all the time. You know, you've got your days when you come in, you've got your jobs you're doing, and I think routine, because you know what you're doing, I think that's a brilliant thing to have in your life, I think.
It is, definitely, and that's what I needed. It was routine, and you know what it's like being in the army. It's routine.
You always know what you've got to do, don't you?
You always know what you're doing, and
I might actually start putting Part 1 orders on the notice board, and then if you didn't read them, you got a jail, like.
That's what you should do for most of them.
Well, I'm sure that it's probably only an army thing, Part 1 orders. So we'll catch the Navy and the RAF out by putting stuff on that.
Oh, definitely.
So I mean, now we've bought the building. You've took on like a bigger role, so you look after basically the list's endless what you do now, and you really enjoy it, don't you?
I really enjoy it. I say it's a purpose for me coming in. in doing what I do. I'm to be honest, I'm just so glad I came here in 2019, because I wouldn't know where I would be right now. Obviously, I've got like more time with my son now. But yeah, there's different things going on every day. It's like, obviously, when we come in, it's not the same.
Yeah.
So, as you say, there's different things on every day: circuits, art, bike ride, dog walk, and I enjoy doing every single one of them, because, as you say,
you enjoyed going down the glass centre and that, didn't you?
Oh, that was really good.
I mean, COVID put a bit of a block on it, didn't it? But that'll be starting again soon.
Yeah, that I think, like, most of us were like, oh no, what we're going to do, because like we really enjoyed going down. And as you say, it's like being together as well, because you can say stuff and say shit to each other, and no one will be offended. So that's the other good thing as well. You can take the piss out of each other, and you know,
well, we have a laugh in here all day, like, don't we? Every day, all day.
And you come in, and then from start to finish, you'll go out laughing.
Wow. That's what it should be, because I mean, in this business, you hear such horrible stories every day. You know, if you took all that to heart and took that home with you, we'd all have breakdowns. You know, you just need to have a bit of a laugh about it. Shit things happen to people every day, you know, me included. You know, I've been stressed. I've been stressed a bit about stuff. Probably for the last 6 months, the building, you know, and then once we bought the building, I thought that'd be all right, and then I've just got something else to stress about. You know, but coming to work, I come to work. I haven't got times, like, so I'm not 9 to 5. It's my work and life. So
yeah,
no matter when it is, but I just enjoy it that much. I'm not really bothered.
I know, that's it. It's like some jobs you go in and like you hate it, but
I couldn't. God, it's bad enough. You know, I got imagine going to work every day and you hate it.
I know.
I hated the army the last, say, 6 months when I left. I really hated it. All I thought about was I can't wait to get out. And I remember saying to myself, if I'm ever in a job and I don't like, I'll just be leaving. Like,
I know. Sometimes I don't even want to leave, because it's, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't, because it means I've got to go back home, or sometimes like on my own, and being in the ERV all day, going back home. It's shit, but obviously, I just love what I do, like the volunteering.
well, you're a massive asset to Vix, to be honest.
Thank you.
A massive asset, and I can see, because I was your support worker when you first came. I can see the difference. I mean, you wouldn't see a boot or a goose before.
Well,
now you're running things for us. You know, you're taking charge. You're starting to do referrals. You're doing phone calls and all sorts. You know, the transferable skills, especially from your NVQ as well. You know, in care, these are the type of things that we need. So
it's like, obviously, the opportunities you've given us as well. Like, obviously, the courses you've put us on. Combat stress, veterans mental health, emergency first aid, suicide course, life worth living. You know, the opportunity for me, is brilliant. Even going on them, my confidence has grown, and all the new clients come in, and like I talk to them, I'm quite comfortable telling them what I've been through. Like alcohol problems, suicide, depression and all that. But because I do that, because I know that they've been through it as well. And, some people say, oh, I know what you've been through, and they haven't got a clue what you've been through. So, when I'm talking to them, they'll say, "E God, yeah, I've been going through that. I've done that. Do you know what I mean?
This is the whole point of peer support. It's like people who's actually had the same thing and they've had the same problems, and that's why I don't ever, or I won't actually ever employ somebody to work with clients that hasn't been a client before, because I think that model is just perfect because it works two ways. It shows when you first come that that's where you could end up. You know, you could end up with a job.
I can say, like 2 years ago when I first came to you to now, you know, things can change. If you want them to change, it can happen. And obviously you've got, you know, the clients have got a lot of support in VIX from yourself, Sam, Claire, and then the other, the rest of the team. I just feel that I'm never alone. And don't get us wrong, I've still got problems. But I do obviously know that the support is there from yourselves. So if anything happens, I can just give you a ring, and then about 15-20 minutes, I'm fine, because you just, you know, you'll talk to us and you'll get us back down again. And, you know, that's what some people need. Just, like if you ring some other places, but like if, I might be getting this wrong, but it's like, I can ring you if I'm having a problem. You just take the piss, you know, stop crying, man, will you? Just get on with it. So that helps me.
I think you find it with military people, that kind of thing does help. I think in other services, the mollycoddle people, and you know, it's not what you want, is it?
No, definitely not. But I'd say like the support. You always know that the support's there. So,
well, you've been an absolute credit to yourself and to your family, mate, I tell you. And me personally, you know, the stuff that you do in here and the stuff that you do for the team, it's outstanding. So you want to be really proud of yourself.
Well, thank you. I say it's like a team effort.
Everything we do is a team effort, and that's from the top of the council to the man in the street of Sunderland.
Well,
you want to help people in Sunderland, so you know, and that's the way it should be. You know, you should look after your own.
And Sunderland's a really good community as well. Obviously, I've seen with being a volunteer how, you know, amazing and thoughtful like people are.
They're just so
with
nice.
Veterans, and it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Right, thank you very much for taking the time from helping me to do this.
No, I'll come downstairs and.
And it wasn't as difficult as you thought it was going to be, was it?
No, it wasn't. I thought it would be a lot worse. Like, you've been very generous.
Yeah, for the next time, I'll remember to talk to you next time, all right?
No problem.
Right, thanks, Amanda.
Cheers,
Cheers now, bye.
Bye.